Welcome, beautiful, beautiful soul. So glad you could join me. I invite you to come into a child's pose to start with. Now, if you have any problems with your knees, you can put cushions or rolled up towels behind your knees. You can open the knees out a little bit. I invite you to rest your forehead on the floor. Now, if your head doesn't touch the floor, you can either let it hang or rest it on a block or a cushion. And have your arms down beside you, palms upwards. And then just release into the pose. So take a little while to get yourself comfortable. Use props if you need to allow yourself to relax into it. So we often think of child's poses, just a rest pose between one pose and the other. But actually it's very, very nurturing. Gives a great stretch to your knees. It helps to kind of massage your inner organs, give them a chance to rest, and helps the muscles alongside your spine release and relax. So find the space. Use whatever you need to find a place of comfort that you can relax in. And once you're in that place, just observe. Observe your thoughts, observe your feelings. So observe if you feel comfortable in the pose or if you're kind of fidgety and waiting to get on with it without trying to label it as good or bad, right or wrong, etc. And here's the thing, I want you to stay there. So I'm going to be up to speak, but I want you to stay there. Today we're going to focus on Santosha. So in yoga we have the Yamas and Niyamas, kind of like codes of conduct if you like. So the whole of yoga is a science to help us live a happier, healthier life overall. And the postures are actually only really developed much later, and they were kind of developed as a way to get our energy in alignment so that we can sit and we can find access to that sense of inner peace. You know, we spend so much time looking outside of ourselves for well-being, for happiness, for validation, for peace, when actually it's within us, and it's about removing the obstacles to that. And part of the niyamas, is Santosha, which often translates as contentment. Because if you think about it, how often do we think to ourselves, I'll be happier when? I'll be happier if. So I'll be happier when I've lost 10 pounds. I'll be happier if I've gained 10 pounds. I'll be happier when I'm married. I'll be happier when I'm divorced. I'm happy when the kids, leave. All those kind of things. So Santosha doesn't mean that we just kind of sit back and accept shoddy behavior or whatever, or we accept unhappiness. It means accepting and appreciating what we have, what we already are, and working from there. So, for example, on the mat, it means not comparing yourself to anyone else. It means not comparing yourself to your previous version of yourself. So no matter what happened in last time's practice, it's just about being here, accepting where you are today, and setting the intention to appreciate yourself and your body for what you are, for how far you've come, and for all that you have to look forward to. So it's about accepting what is, and it's a kind of state of neutrality, which is why I'm always saying, don't label anything as right, wrong, good, bad, because as soon as we label something, if we label it pleasant, then we're giving it power to affect our mood. So if something's pleasant, it can then be unpleasant, so it has the power to make us feel not so happy. As soon as we label something annoying, we can't, if there's a sound outside and we label it annoying, we can't hear anything else, right? But as soon as you kind of just accept it, that's it, it's neither good, bad, right, or wrong, after a while you kind of forget it's even there. So set the intention to appreciate yourself and your body for what you are, for how far you've come, and for all that you have to look forward to. Just taking a couple more nice deep breaths. Feel your heart space expand on the in-breath. Feel your whole body release on the out-breath. And after your next full exhale, slowly start to lift up and tuck your toes under. If you've got any toes that are a bit sticky, free them and just take a moment here. You can do a couple of little spine flexes here if you like. Breathing in and out, in and out. So a lot of people, our feet are, stuck in shoes most of the time. A lot of people's toes don't bend very well. So it's good to do these little kind of exercises to wake up the toes and push on to your feet, a little toe balance. Now if the floor is too far away, use your blocks, your bricks, whatever you've got to bring the floor closer to you. And then just starting to slowly straighten the legs. Take the feet wider. Hold on to opposite elbows. Relax the neck. Just turning the head a little bit side to side as if you're shaking your head no. And feeling that sense of contentment. So notice when your brain starts to label things, oh my God, this is hard, oh I'm stiff, oh that hurts. And just notice, don't beat yourself up, just smile at yourself and just say it is what it is. Relax the head, gently sway your upper body side to side. Use the weight of your upper body to stretch out the spine. Try to make a nice big movement. Relax your jaw. And relax the upper body. And give me your best horse impression. Notice how your face feels. When you inhale through the nose, you can exhale, blow through your mouth like this. Again, breathe in. And out. And notice how that feels on your face. Do that again. Nice deep in breath. And out. Fantastic. And inhale, deep, deep knee bend, chest to thighs. Exhale, slowly straighten the legs, imagine lifting your tailbone up to the sky, aiming your nose towards your toes. So inhale, bend. And exhale, extend. Oh, once more, feel the backs of the legs opening up as you extend and straighten the legs. Then bend your knees. Notice how that releases your lower back. Release your arms and slowly roll up as if you're almost as if you're moving through water. So taking your time. Take an extra breath on the way if you need to. And bring yourself up to standing. Bring the feet underneath your hips and come to stand at the front of your mat. So I'm going to turn and face you, but you stand at the front of your mat. Again, feet underneath the hips, hands on the waist to start with. Find a point to focus on. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower down. Breathing in and out. As you lift your heels, try and press into your big toes and your little toes, just to wake the feet up a little bit. Breathe in and out. In and out. 3, woo, 2, and 1. Spread out the toes, try and press into all 4 corners of the feet. Arms down beside you, shoulders back, finding your mountain pose. As you breathe in, imagine breathing from your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. You're going to inhale, raise the arms up, stretch up, feel the stretch in the whole body. Then exhale, bring the arms back down beside you, and emptying the breath out. Inhaling, stretch up, palms together if you can, and exhaling all the way. Do it a couple more times. Again, imagine filling the whole body from your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. Fill your body with breath, with energy. Breathing in and out. This time, inhale, reach the arms up. Nice deep knee bend. Exhale, dive forward. Uttanasana. Hands on or towards the floor. Again, you can use blocks, bricks either side of your feet to rest your hands on. Hands to shins or thighs. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Ardha Uttanasana. Lift that tailbone to open up the backs of the knees. Imagine you're pressing your hands into your shins and you're pressing your shins into your hands. Then exhale, relax down into a ragdoll position. Deep knee bend. Inhale as you unfurl through the spine. Rebuilding the spine. Bringing the arms back over your head. Stretch up. Then exhale, lengthen forward and down. Try and lift your shoulders away from the floor. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, stretch that spine. Exhale, deep knee bend into that ragdoll position. And inhale, unfurl, draw your belly button in, reaching the arms up, above your head. One more, and SANTOSHA, it is what it is. Finding that sense of peace. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Exhale, ragdoll. Now press into your feet, curl up, bring the arms above your head. This time grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch up and over. Inhale, ease up a little bit. Exhale, stretch up and over. Push out your ribs, push out your hips. So you're stretching right down to your right heel, really stretching the whole of the right side of the body. Then come up, keep hold of that wrist, step your right foot behind your left. I know my phone tends to switch things around, so it doesn't really matter. Just do one side, doesn't matter. You're going to inhale, bend both knees, drop into a little curtsy squat. As you come up, straighten both legs and stretch over to the left. So inhale, bend the knees, curtsy. Exhale, straighten the legs. Firm up the thighs, stretch over. Once more, inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten and stretch. And come up, bring that foot back underneath the hips. Inhale, reach the palms up. Bend the knees, exhale, dive forward. Bring your hands beside your feet. So beside your feet, not in front of. So use blocks if you need to. Lift up through your core and just hover that right foot off the floor. You're going to be using your tummy muscles. Take the leg out, stretch it out back behind you. So if you're kicking someone away, you can land it down, then wiggle that back foot. So you want to end up with this front knee directly over your ankle. Drop the back knee down. Now, if you've still landed a bit like that and the foot isn't flat, just kind of wiggle it forward, do whatever you need to do. Untuck the toes, climb up the thighs, lift the chest as if you're leaning backwards. So if you feel like you're rounded like that, ease off, lift the chest, lean back, squeeze your butt, then come forward. Now hug the thighs into the midline as if you've got a ball between your knees and you're hugging in to really activate your legs. If you need padding under that back knee, then by all means, go and pop something underneath that back knee. So keep firming up the thighs, and reach the arms up, palms forward. Exhale, pull the elbows down, open up the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, pull back and squeeze. Keep squeezing your tush, open up your chest. Breathing in and out. And interlink the hands, keeping the spine nice and tall. Press the elbows back. So make sure the only thing that's moving is that head. There's no collapsing from your ribs. You can take a breath in, press the elbows back. As you breathe out, relax the elbows, relax the arms so the chin comes forward. Again, it's just the head. You're not collapsing through your ribs. Inhale, press the head into the hands, press the elbows wide, lift your chin, lift your eye gaze, squeeze your butt. Imagine leaning back into those hands. So exhale, relax the arms, stretch out the back of the neck. Inhale, lift and open. Press the elbows nice and wide. One more, exhale, let the weight of the arms. Draw the chin forward, stretching out the neck. And inhaling, lift, press the head into the hands, press the elbows back, stay here, take another breath. Almost if you're literally leaning into your hands are supporting you. Relax your shoulders, slide your shoulder blades away from your ears. Then release. Bring your hands down. You're going to pull this hip back and try and lift your left toes off the floor. Now, if you feel like you're almost sitting on your heels, slide that foot forward. Now you might not have this leg totally straight, that's okay. You're going to inhale, bend the knee a little bit, relax your lower back. As you exhale, pull that hip back. And as if you're trying to keep your belly to your thighs, feel that stretch in your hamstring. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. So you keep pulling that hip back towards you. Even if you can't straighten the leg completely, that's okay. Just feel that good stretch in the hamstrings. And you might just want to stay here. If you want a little bit more, breathe in. As you breathe out, turn your body, your hips and your toes to the left. So you're starting off straight, you're turning to the left for that stretch in the back of the leg. And inhale back to center. And exhale, turn that foot out slightly for that stretch. And inhale, center once more. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can just stay where you are, or you can keep breathing, straightening and bending that leg. It's all good. Bring that foot in a touch. Pop the front foot back to the floor. Tuck the back toe under and turn to the right into a side lunge. And then come into a wide angled forward bend. So both toes are pointing forward. Lift the toes, spread them out. Press into all four corners of the feet. Lift your tailbone. Imagine trying to aim the crown of the head towards the floor. And if your hamstrings are tight, you can inhale, bend the knees, press the knees out. Exhale, straighten. And still imagining trying to draw your tailbone up to the ceiling, draw the crown of the head down towards the floor. And after your next exhale, bring your hands back over to the left, turn back into the side lunge, turn back into the straight leg lunge. Push off the back foot and step the feet in. Now bring the feet a little bit closer. So if you can't touch the floor, you can use a brick or blocks. And you can turn them whatever way. So if you can't press down to the floor, so if your fingertips barely touch, use a block for this so that you've got that action of pressing down. And you're just going to inhale, lift your heels, bring your thighs towards your chest, press into your big toes and your little toes, and exhale, plant the heels down. So you really need to be able to press down into the floor or a brick. So you use blocks or bolsters, whatever you've got. As you lift the toes, again press into your big toes and your little toes. Then lift the heel, bend the knees, and come down into a toe squat. You can stay here with the hands on the floor or the block, or you can see if you can balance here. So lifting the chest, relaxing the shoulders. You can stay here if you wish. If not, inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, really press the hands firmly together. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Once more, remember, whatever your option is perfect. Don't label yourself, don't berate yourself. Wherever you are is perfect. It is what it is. Bring the hands down to the floor or to your block. Breathe in. As you breathe out, slowly plant your heels and fold over your legs. Try and lift your shoulder blades up away from the floor so you're not strangling yourself with your shoulders. Separate your feet if needed, if your feet and your hamstrings are tight. Then inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale into a ragdoll position. Nice deep knee bend. Press into the feet as you inhale, curl all the way up. Reaching the arms up, palms to touch. Exhale, press the arms down beside you. Inhale, reach, fill the whole body with breath, with energy. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach up this time, grab your left wrist with the right hand. Breathe in, breathe out, stretch up and over. As you inhale, ease off a little bit. Exhale, stretch. Imagine using the other arm to kind of almost pull the arm out of the, not out of the socket, but you know what I mean? Using one arm to stretch the other side. Stretching right down to your heels. Tuck your tailbone under slightly. And keeping hold of that hand. Step the other foot behind. Inhale, little curtsy squat. Exhale as you come up. Straighten the legs. And stretch over, curl up those thighs. Then inhale, lift up, bend. Exhale, straighten and stretch. Breathing in and out. Then come up, feet through, back under the hips. Inhale, reach up, bend the knees. Exhale, dive forward. Again, fingertips beside your toes, not in front of. So use blocks if you need to. And that's because if you have your hands here, when you step the foot back, it tends to kind of land like that. So no matter how much you need to bend the knees, hands beside the toes, lift your belly button. Imagine using your core and your pelvic floor muscles. Hover the left foot off the floor, feel the strength in your legs and your core. Extend the leg out, imagine the sweat on your mat. Shoot it out as if you're about to kick someone. Land. And wiggle it back the last little bit. So having your hands beside your feet the whole time, you're more likely to land in the right place. I always have to wiggle it back a little bit, that's okay. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, climb up, lift your chest, lift your eye gaze. Make sure you're not tensing your neck. Again, imagine hugging the thighs into the midline. So you want to have a back bend here. Squeeze your tush, press the back foot into the floor, reach the arms up, lift the chest, exhale, pull down, really squeeze your shoulder blades, open up through the chest. Inhale, lengthen up, exhale, pull down, open. Breathing in and out. And keeping the spine nice and tall, drop your chin to your chest, interlink the hands, however you've interlinked the hands, switch with the other thumbs on top. Relax the arms so the chin comes to the chest. Again, just the chin. You're not bending from the ribs, just your chin. And on the in-breath, press your head into your hands. Lift your head first, then keep inhaling as you open your elbows. Lean back, resting your head into your hands. Get a good stretch in the hip flexors, opening in the chest. And exhale, let the weight of the arms draw your chin forward. So inhale, lift. And open, lean back into your hands, press into that front foot. Exhale, release. Now once more, inhale, open. And exhale, release. And inhale, open. Stay here, exhale, relax your head into your hands, feeling supported. And release the hands, bring the foot to the floor. Maybe wiggle that front foot forward a little bit. Pull the hip back, lifting your toes. And inhale, bend a little bit. And exhale as you extend. So as you straighten, what do you think of pulling that hip back? So even if you're not straightening the leg completely, you're still getting a good stretch in your hamstrings. Inhale, bend, try and bring your chest to your thighs. Exhale, straighten. So you're better off having like a slight bend and your upper body relaxed than that leg being straight and your upper body being tense. And you can stay with this, or you can just hang out here, or you can breathe in. As you breathe out, turn as if you're about to turn to the right. So turn your foot out, turn your upper body for that strong, well, I feel a strong stretch at the back of my knee. You might feel it somewhere else. And inhale, release. Then exhale, open. And inhale back to center. Once more, exhale. Little twist, hold it for a second. And inhale, release. Come back into your lunge position. So adjust the foot. Maybe you're never glued to the mat, you can adjust the foot. Tuck the back toe under, turn to your left into a side lunge, and then come into a wide angled forward bend. Now turn your toes in a little bit more, so you're kind of slightly pigeon-toed. Lift the toes, went a bit too far there, lift the toes, spread them out. Feel the weight on the whole of the foot, and if you can, maybe try walking your hands through your legs without falling over like I nearly did. Stretch. If you can't quite reach, don't worry. Hold on wherever you can. And just take a couple of breaths here. Release, come back, turn back into the side lunge, back into the straight leg lunge. Step in a little bit if you need to, bend the back knee, push off, and bring the feet back in. Try and bring the toes together. Again, use your brick or block if you need to. Now lift your heels and exhale, come down into that toe squat. And again, you can stay right here, either with the hands on the floor or the block, or you can bring your hands here and stay here, or you can add the arms forward and in, up and in, or you can maybe try challenging yourself by bringing your hands to the floor, extending the right leg out so it's off the floor, and maybe even try bringing one hand through and then the other, and maybe even trying both hands. Oh, you might hold it for a second, that's okay. Bring that leg in, just try it, you never know. You never know, you never know. Extend the other leg out, stretch through the foot, brace your abs, and you might just stay here. Or you might bring one hand, you might try and bring the other hand. Practice makes progress. Woo! Don't be afraid to have fun with it. Bring your feet back down. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, see if you can land your feet to the floor and bring yourself into a sitting position. Stretch your legs out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, roll down through your spine. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Press the arms into the floor beside you. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise both legs. It's about 45 degrees. Try and relax the thighs. Keep the lower back flat. Inhale, bring the left knee in towards you. Exhale, switch. Bring the right leg in, left leg away. So inhale, left leg in, exhale, right. Breathing in and out through your nose, in, out. Just finishing off a little dynamic core strengthening work. Keep going, we nearly got it. 3, 2, 1. Extend both legs out. Inhale, bring both legs in, toes pointed. Exhale, push both out, feet flexed. Breathing in and out. In and out. If there's any pull on the back, take the legs a little bit higher. Inhale, exhale. Yeah, really use that dynamic breath. 3, 2, 1. Point the toes, inhale, legs wide, exhale, cross. Inhale, wide, exhale, cross. In, out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug the knees in, flex and point the toes a couple of times. And then just gently circle the knees around. And around the other way. And release your feet, release the arms, find a relaxation position. So either in Shavasana or with the knees bent, feet flat, whatever works for you. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to notice how it feels being in your body. And notice also, this is often where the time that, especially if you found something challenging, when your ego gets noisy, it's like, oh, well, I couldn't do this, and I'm the only one who struggled with that, and I must be rubbish, and blah, 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 blah. Forget about that, because that's not the question. The question is, how does it feel being in your body right now? How does it feel being in your body? Not doing, not trying to get anywhere, not comparing, just simply being. And this is why I try so hard to bring an element of fun in, because when we start beating ourselves up and comparing ourselves, even if we're comparing ourselves to a previous version of ourselves, we can kind of, we lose enjoyment, and then we totally disregard the benefits. So, and I've said to people before, the intention and the fact that you're on the mat are two of the most important things. So you would actually get benefit just by visualizing, just imagining that you're doing the class. You get benefit just by having the intention, just by getting on the mat and intending to do it. So don't negate the benefits by beating yourself up, okay? So contentment means also accepting that there are days when everything's going to be a struggle, no matter what. Even if you could do something easily last time, there's going to be days when it's a struggle. I still have those days. I'm like, I'm crying out loud, I've been doing this for years. It should be easier by now. So part of Santosha contentment is finding a sense of peace because we've accepted. So it's not about looking outside of ourselves, it's not about getting anything. Remember what I said at the beginning, that we already have everything we need for health, for well-being, for peace, for tranquility, for happiness, but we spend so long looking outside, looking to other things, that we don't notice is actually here all along. And here's the thing, once you remove those thoughts of, oh, I'm not good enough, I struggle, or this is hard, blah, 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 blah. Once you remove all that, then you uncover the peace that's been there all along. So it's when the mind quietens. Remember, yoga is the stilling of the thought waves of the mind. When we're able to stop that mind, or not identify with it, because sometimes it's really hard to stop it, but reminding ourselves that we are not our thoughts. And we don't have to believe the thoughts that are running through our mind. Once you do that, you will access, it's like having a hidden door inside you all along. It was there all along, you didn't realize it. Was right underneath the mat, it was right there. So I want you to think of at least one story you've been telling yourself. It might be a recent one, it might be something you've been telling yourself for years. One waiting story. One, oh, I'd be happier if, or I'll be happy when. So I'll be happy when I've lost weight, or I'll be happy when I've gained weight. I'll be happy when my husband's retired. I'll be happy when I've retired. I'll be happy when I found a new job. I'll be happy when I've got more money. I'll be happy when I feel fitter. I'll be happier if. I'll be happier if my co-workers weren't such twats. I'll be happier, blah, 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 blah. Whatever comes to mind first is perfect. You might have more than one situation. That's okay. Just try and focus on one right now. And whatever that situation is, change it. I can be happy and. I can be happy and working towards losing 10 pounds. I can be happy and working towards gaining 10 pounds. I can be happy and be waiting for my divorce to come through. I can be happy on my own as I'm waiting to find a perfect partner. I can be happy in my job and not pay attention to the people who are grumpy or whatever. Because especially in those kind of situations where you're blaming other people for your unhappiness, one way to look at it is thinking to yourself, if there are people that are kind of, behave badly, etc., ask yourself what on earth kind of happened in their life for them to behave the way they are. And I will almost guarantee when you change your attitude towards them, they will change their behaviour. It's almost miraculous. And it gets stuck in a catch-22. Someone's kind of horrible, maybe they're a bully or constantly pick fault. Once we start looking at them with compassion, you often find that their behaviour changes. So whatever situation it is, it doesn't matter what it is, there's no scale. Remember, it is what it is. Just think of a way you can turn it around right now. So whatever health problems, whatever money problems you've got, whatever it is, I can be happy and, not I'll be happier when or if, but I can be, or I am happy, and I am happy and I'm working to gain weight. I am happy and I'm working to build my business. And notice how that feels in your body as you say that, as you change your narrative. Because when we're all saying I'll be happy when, or I'll be happy if, it's always in the future, and you never get there. You'll never get there because there'll always be something else in the way. And again, it goes back to, it's not out there, it's not some future event. You know, looking out there at things, people, situations for our happiness, our sense of peace, and it's all within. And a lot of yoga is about enabling us to see that, you know, showing us ways to turn inwards so that we can see that that which we are seeking has been there all along. So take a nice, deep, nourishing breath in. Let it go. And then start to stretch out your arms and legs, just moving in whatever way feels good for you right now. And when you feel ready, gently easing yourself up to sitting. Let's finish off with 3 honeybees, 3 Brahmari breaths. So bring your thumb and index finger together in Kiya Mudra, other 3 fingers extended, hands on your lap, arms down beside you. So you just inhale through the nose and you exhale, hum, close your eyes. Feel the vibration as you hum. You can play around with the pitch, high or low or whatever. It's all good. Just feel the vibrations. A nice deep breath in. Bring your hands to your heart. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I hope you enjoy these practices as much as I enjoy sharing them with you. Please say hello, send me a message if you want something, want me to work on something in particular. I try and bring yoga to in a way that's like, you know, I love seeing these amazing videos on Instagram, whatever, but in 20 years of teaching, I have seen less than 1% of students who've come to me who are anywhere near as hyper flexible, and it is hyper flexibility. It's not something you can work towards, you know. The people you see that are in this really, you know, leg up here kind of thing are hypermobile. A lot of them are egg stances, and it looks beautiful, but most of us, 99.999% of the population, are not ever going to be able to achieve that, and that's okay. So I try and bring practice in a way that is real, is accessible, so that you feel good about yourself mentally. Because otherwise, you know, it's like, oh, well, I'm rubbish, there's no good, no point even trying it. You know, I want you to feel good about yourself and in yourself. So I try and bring it in a way that you can achieve that, and that's achievable for all of us. So please let me know if I am achieving that goal. And if I'm not, if there's some ways that I can improve, I would love to hear that too. So namaste, beautiful friend. Enjoy the rest of your day.